Port Colborne Fire and Emergency Services and fire departments across Niagara are visiting homes today for Test It Tuesday.
Test It Tuesday is just something the fire service uses to get the people out there to test their alarms, make sure that they're working. We have 12 municipalities in the Niagara region, and I believe all 12 are out there today.
And what are they looking for? What would make a home compliant?
What we want to make sure is that we have a working smoke alarm outside each sleeping area and one on every story, including our basements. And carbon monoxide, we are also checking for that, and that's strictly outside your sleeping areas if you have a fuel-fired appliance or attached garage.
And if someone's unsure if what they have in their home is compliant, what can they do?
Definitely in Port Colborne, you just have to give us a call, not 911, 905-834-4512, and we'll send out a crew to make sure that your home is compliant. If it's not, you have some kind of issues, we'll make sure you are compliant before we leave.
Wayne, can you tell me about the process when you enter a resident's home to test their alarms?
First, we introduce ourselves, let them know that we're with the fire department. Sometimes the truck's not that obvious. So we just let them know that we're there to check the smoke alarm and CO alarm to make sure that they're compliant. Before that, a letter should have gotten to them from the fire department. So we'll arrive, announce our presence, and then when they let us in, I'll actually let them show us where their alarms are. And then we'll check the alarm, but we'll make sure that they understand why we're putting it in a certain location, and then explain to them the procedure for it, the law that is required for it. And then after we test it, if they're compliant, we sign off a piece of paper saying they're good, and we'll leave the residence. But if they're not compliant, we have alarms with us that they can buy. So a smoke alarm would be, I believe, is $10. A carbon monoxide is $25, and a combo alarm $30. So if they don't have it, we'll supply it, and that way we leave, we know that they're protected from that. So I mean, that's the basic process of it, how it goes.
And what's a typical response that you receive from the community?
Good and bad. Some don't really want us in their house. It's a private dwelling. We don't have the right to be in the residence, so that's why we ask if we can enter. And I mean, majority of them are happy to see us, but there are the odd people that they just don't want us in their house. So.
And is there anything they need to know as well about their smoke alarms in terms of age? Is there any expiration dates on them?
Definitely. We always say that it's by manufacturer's recommendations, but we use a 10-year rule. So if you look on the back, it's the date of manufacturing. You add 10 years to that, and if it's past that date, it's time to replace that alarm.
Now, obviously, we don't want to leave it up to just one day a year that everyone's testing. So what would you recommend on a regular routine basis?
Well, a landlord has to test yearly as a requirement under the Ontario Fire Code. I mean, my family means a lot to me. I'm sure your family means a lot to you. I don't know why we shouldn't be doing this at least once a month just to make sure.
Are there heroes in your home? Be sure to test your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms today. In the words of Port Fire, never think it can't happen to you. Reporting in Port Colborne, for The Source, Michelle Cuthbert.